Hey guys, how's it going? Today is officially 1 year of owning my 2020 Toyota 4Runner. I just wanted to make this video and go over all the mods that I've done within the first year. How is everything holding up? Do I still like the truck? What don't I like about it? Go over some of the numbers. How much did I spend? And ultimately answer the big question, was it worth it? So let's go through all the mods and I'll give you guys a little run through of what I've done and what I still think about it. Okay guys, I guess we'll start with the interior. I have the AJT steering wheel emblem cover. Honestly, I don't think there's a whole lot of difference between this or the Miso, so it's been holding up well, so I'm really satisfied with it. And I have just a generic Amazon phone holder. I honestly really don't like this. It really obscures my vision. I'm probably going to end up getting like a RAM mount or something to mount it a little bit lower. It's great for what it is. I just don't like how much space it takes up. I also have my touch screen cover from Amazon, super generic. TRD John did a really good video on this. It's been holding up just fine. And then I have the Miso custom push to start button. This guy was kind of difficult to install, but overall I'm pretty satisfied with it. I really wish they would come out with some, blackout covers to cover all of these guys, but I'm pretty sure they're thinking about that already. Until then, these will stay the way they are. Once they come out with something like that, I'll go ahead and replace them. I'm also really not liking this shift knob. It's just really big, really cumbersome. I think I might go to like a 1010 workshop or maybe like a Elias Precision one, but it's definitely time to get this switched over. So I do have the Miso Customs key fob. I do like this one better than the AJT. I did have both, if you recall, but I like this one simply because of the footprint and the infamous bottle opener. So this one has definitely been my go-to. I use the AJT on my spare one. I also do have the Accessorides remote start. This is the app. I bought the app module with it. Honestly, guys, it's a great remote start. It's a lot cheaper than if you were to get Toyotas. But the only gripe I have with this is the app is really gimmicky. Sometimes you'll click it to start and it will say that it didn't start. But then you go outside and your car is started. Sometimes you say start and then it says, okay, car has started. And you go outside and the car has not started. I would say it probably very rarely does that happen, but it is something to be aware of. I do also have the 3 press, so if you press lock 3 times on this, it will automatically start the car. This has never given me any issues, so if I use my key fob, it starts all the time. It's only the app that is very, it's kind of gimmicky. I would say very rarely does it happen though, but just be aware of that. The range on the key fob is not as far as the range on the app though. So the app does have GPS tracking. I've honestly started my car from super far away, probably 4 or 5 blocks away, and it has started. Whereas if I use this, I have to be fairly close, essentially, right outside my car, starting it from inside the house or something like that. But yep, that's the Accessorides remote start. And if you remember, I did the JBL 3.5 speakers up top. They have been holding up perfectly. No issues with those. I'm really satisfied. I still have to do the doors soon. So I got to do front door, back door, and as well as the tailgate. We'll go outside now. These are the blackout emblems I got from Running for Tacos. They have held up perfectly. So no signs of coming off. They clean very easily, so they've been holding up very well. All right, so my canvas back linings, they have been great. Honestly, with 2 dogs, it gets really dirty back here, so they have been a lifesaver. I would say though that I have 2 dogs. One of them has super long hair. The other guy has really short hair, and you'll notice that, if I can get close enough, the short hair does get itself embedded into the lining itself, and it's hard to vacuum or sweep up. If you have a dog with long hair, honestly, the hair just wipes right off. I have a little brush that I can just go through and brush it right off, but if you have a dog with a little bit shorter hair, you'll find that it kind of just embeds into the lining a little bit. You'll have to have a really good vacuum, or your brush is probably not going to do it. But honestly, guys, probably one of the best investments that I've made in the car. With 2 dogs, like I said, it has been a lifesaver. I do also have this all-weather mat that I put on top of it. And this is the Victory 4x4 Moly Panel. Honestly, guys, I don't really know how I feel about this. I like it for the functionality part, but it kind of rattles a little bit. You can see, even if, you know, I pull on it a little bit, it doesn't hold too well. It's probably in the design itself. You'll see that, you know, these prongs that hold it up, it's not the sturdiest. But you know, for what it is, it's the cheapest on the market if you're looking for Moly panels. So for what it is, I guess I would say, you know, it works. But if you are going to be carrying a lot of stuff, as you can see, I only have 3 bags on here. But if you're going to be carrying a lot of stuff, I probably would recommend you to go with something a little bit more robust than this one. And for my Raptor Steps, honestly, guys, I hate them. I don't like them at all. Probably the one thing that I regret most about putting it on. As you can see, it's already starting to look sort of beat up after one winter here in Minnesota. This step is so small. In the wintertime, snow just piles up into this step and it freezes over, and this step basically becomes useless. And not only that, snow gets stuck here, it gets stuck over here, and it just freezes over, and this step becomes utterly useless. So I'm gonna take these off for sure. Don't know when, but I will take them off. I don't like them at all. Next up, my sequential blackout turn signals here. Love them, awesome, get them. I would say the only thing is they're not very bright, so if it's a super bright day out, you won't really see them. But other than that, that's, you know, I got no complaints about them. Up front, I have the last fit turn signals, switchbacks. They have been great, no gripes with them. Only one time have I gotten a hyperblinking issue, and that's because I left my hazards on when I was helping my brother move, and so they were on for you know 5 or 6 minutes, and it started getting really hot, so it started hyperblinking. But that's the only time that I've ever had an issue with them. So really cool. As you recall, for my low beams, I have the Last Fit Pros. Honestly, guys, they're really, really good. I really, really like them. No issues with them at all. Up for the high beams, I have the Oxbeam 905s. I don't remember exactly what model they are, but they've been fine. I mean, no issues with them. I can't run my DRLs with them. They do have a strobing effect on them with the DRLs on, so I don't run them on DRLs. So they don't work if you're looking to run these as DRLs. For my fog lights, the Dial Dynamics, honestly, guys, these are amazing. I love them so much. I regret not getting the Pros. These are the Sports, the Ambers and the Sports. I really wish I would have just gotten the Pros. They weren't that much more at the time that I purchased these. I really wish I would have just forked over a little bit more money and got the Pros, because I love them. They're great. So yeah, no regrets. I highly recommend you to get these. My Raptor lights, well, what can I say? They're Raptor lights. You know, they're more or less the same from wherever you get them from. So whoever you're getting them from, they're Raptor lights. No complaints. My TRD grill, honestly, guys, I think it's starting to fail me. If you look here, there is quite a big gap, and the bottom has kind of come undone. Let me see if I can pull this focus for you. It's kind of coming off. I think I'm definitely gonna replace them either with a TSO one or an OEM one. The TSO one is probably the most high quality one that I've seen. So this one is okay. Yeah, it's all right. And if you recall, this is a modded one, so it's not one that's actually meant for the 2020. I had to cut it out. So yeah, I mean, it's fine for what it is, but I honestly may switch it out soon for an OEM or a TSO one. And the skid plate, honestly, no issues with it at all. I would say one thing though is I was washing the skid plate with the pressure washer, and the letters have popped out already. Don't know why Toyota does this. This stupid little pin, it doesn't hold up very well. So I may have to get a tough skin overlay and take this out and put that one in there. I would also say that I did tap these bolts just like how the forums recommended, and honestly it was super easy. I've gotten the oil changed already and no issues with the skid plate. So I would recommend you, if you don't have a TRD, if you have an off-road premium like me and you're gonna put the skid plate, just go ahead and tap that thread. There's a form on it on T4R, so go ahead and read that up and just go ahead and just do it. It'll save you the headache down the road. And as you saw from the last video, I have my lower control arm skid plates. Can't give you too much of a review on them. I've only had them for about, I don't know, 2 weeks. So, yeah. So wheels and tires and lift, the big one. Honestly, the Eibach lift has been fine. I haven't noticed any, drooping since I've installed it, and it has gone through summer and winter here in Minnesota. They've been fine. The upper control arms, no issues. So the lift has been perfect. I still love the wheels. I think they're nice, but I did see a new set from RRW that I love. So I may not keep these much longer, but for the remainder of the time I'll have these. I like Summit. They're fine. No issues with them at all. They look good. They've been performing well too. As for the tires, the Falcon Wild Peak AT3s, I'm kind of disappointed with them, honestly. For all the rave reviews that I've gotten about them, I'm kind of disappointed. They didn't perform that well in Minnesota weather, to be quite honest with you. And so, I'll keep them. I'll still run them for the lifespan that they have. So I'm definitely going to switch, though. I think I might go to like a Toyo tire or a KO2 or something like that. But kind of disappointed with them, guys. Honestly, they're for all the hype that was behind them, they're just okay. So whatever. I never did a video on these, but I do have the S2 Sport from Baja Designs as ditch lights, as well as the Cali Rays low profile ditch bracket. And I got this on sale when they were running their rebate, so it was a really good deal. I love them. They're really, really bright, actually. I have them in white, but I bought the amber lens cover on them, so they've been doing fine. I have the switch linked into here. So, right here, if I need ever turn them on. Okay, guys, so that was everything that I did to the 4Runner in my first year of ownership. If you remember, I bought the truck for $41,750 off the lot. Within that first year, I spent $6,800 on miscellaneous mods and tires and wheels and all that stuff. So the grand total comes up to $48,550, okay? And so when I was in the market for this truck, there was a used 2019 TRD Pro that was on sale, and I really, really liked it, but it had 30,000 miles on it, and it was used. It didn't have the CarPlay, and it didn't have all the features that the 2020 had. And so my rationale was that I was gonna buy the 2020 off-road and make it my own, personalize it, buy all the parts that I wanted for it, and do what I wanted to do with it, and save that extra bit of money, because I knew I was gonna mod the TRD Pro anyways, right? And so that's why ultimately I decided to get the off-road premium. I don't regret that decision. I think it was a great one. The car has served me really, really well. It's big, it's spacious. I'm averaging about 18 miles a gallon, which is perfectly fine for me. I've driven trucks all my life, Tundras, Tacomas, and so 18 miles a gallon is perfectly fine for me. I love the space in the back. It fits my dogs. No issues. If I put down these seats, I can haul, a small sofa in here if I really wanted to. And so, with that being said, the only things that I would change about the truck is that, honestly, Toyota really should have made this platform a little bit more friendly for us. I had to get a BMC just to fit bigger tires and wheels, which, if you look at the Broncos and you look at any of these other brands, they're conscious enough to know that, hey, people are buying these trucks to mod them, to put big beefy tires on them. And so I hope that the next Toyota 4Runner, Toyota is conscious of that, and they take that into consideration, because they know that, you know, people are going to buy these trucks and they're going to mod the heck out of them. So hopefully going into the next generation, Toyota takes that into consideration. I would also say that this interior is really, really outdated. For those of you guys who have 4Runners, or for those of you guys who are looking for 4Runners, you'll know that it seems to me like it's just like a hodgepodge of like different material. You'll see like the center console is like carbon fiber, and then like these door handles are like this speckled black plastic. So it's like, what is going on? It seems like it's a mismatch. And then up top you have like this tan, and it's just really weird, right? And so I really wish Toyota would have just chose, you know, if they were going to do carbon fiber, just do fake carbon fiber all the way through, instead of carbon fiber here, fake speckled black plastic here. You know, just doesn't make any sense for me. And honestly, CarPlay was way overdue. They should have put this in the truck way longer. 2017, 2018. They should have done that already. Other than that, I would also say that the fact that this does not have a dual zone climate control just does not make any sense for me, guys. It just doesn't make any sense for me. 2020, the TRD Pro and the Limited do have dual zone climate control. For this one not to have it makes no sense to me. So Toyota, why did you do that? I don't know. I guess, you know, I don't understand a lot of these things. But yes, other than that, those are the big three things that I wish Toyota would work on, or they would change, or, you know, they would make different for the next generation. Other than that, guys, I still do really like the truck. No gruntles, no buyer's remorse or buyer's regret or whatever. I think it was a good purchase. I think this is going to hold its value really well. Going forward, you know, vehicles like this are going to become less and less common. You can see the FJ Cruiser. It's crazy how well it's held its value. I don't think this is going to be quite FJ level, but it's going to be along those lines where it's going to hold its value really well. And so with that, guys, this has been the first year of ownership. I want to thank you guys all for subscribing and following me for the last year. YouTube has always just kind of been a pastime. It's never been a full-time gig for me. I don't think I'm a YouTube car enthusiast or car influencer or anything like that. I think I'm just a guy who's just sharing with the world what I'm doing with my 4Runner. So I thank you guys all who have subscribed to my channel, who have, you know, asked me questions, who have DM'd me, and for showing me love. So thank you guys all for all the love and all the support that you guys have given me within this first year. I hope that this next coming up year, I can make more content and actually get out there more and give you guys more good content to watch. So thank you guys all for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.